Welcome to Local Matters. Today we begin with an uplifting event orchestrated by the Plymouth Philharmonic, BID-Plymouth, the Plymouth Chamber, and the Center for Active Living. Julie invited Michelle Bratti, Deb Shopperle, Kim Corben, and Amy Naples via Zoom to tell us more.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Good morning, ladies. So good to see you all here today. Michelle, let's start with you and talk about the Senior Appreciation Day, what it involves, and how it came to be.
Sure. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for hosting us. So Senior Appreciation Day, Plymouth 2020, September 15th. You know, it's a day to celebrate and acknowledge seniors in our town, particularly during this pandemic. Our goal is to honor, acknowledge, and appreciate this robust population in our community, almost 22,000 strong if the 2020 census remains accurate. There will be a 3-route honor parade starting at the Center for Active Living from 1 to 1:45, on to Beth Israel Deaconess from 1:30 to 2:15, ending at the Chamber of Commerce from 2 to 2:45 p.m. At each parade site, seniors will be met with celebration, be given gifts and tokens of appreciation to show our gratitude for their strength and resiliency during this time. There'll be a raffle ticket given. Local businesses are donating. It's just a cool event. One of the notable events kicking off on this day is Operation Senior Serenade. And I have to give a shout out to Dee Dee Rondeau from the Housing Authority for collaborating with us on this awesome event. I'm sure Kim will have more on that. But to answer you, Julie, I got a call one day from an angel over at BID. Her name is Deb. And her and I kind of came together and she said, I'm worried about senior isolation. And I said, you know what? So am I. So let's brainstorm. Let's come together. Let's figure out a way that brings celebration and fun to seniors. We're working with our municipality and select board to welcome their participation. And we have requested an official proclamation to honor September 15th as Senior Appreciation Day in the town of Plymouth.
That is wonderful. Thank you so much for that overview. Now, let's talk about the Senior Serenade. And Kim Corben, talk to me about that and how the Phil is involved.
Okay. Michelle reached out to me because we have partnered with the Center for Active Living in programs in the senior housing projects in the past. And we weren't able to do that this spring because of the pandemic. So we did have a little bit of money that was designated by an anonymous donor for senior programming. So we're able to bring music to the seniors where they can remain socially distant. And basically what we're going to do is our brass quintet will perform 15-minute sets all around the senior housing projects. They'll do 15 minutes on one side of the building, move to the other side of the building, do 15 minutes there, move to the other side, do 15 minutes. And seniors can open their windows, go out on their balconies, whatever way they want to enjoy the music. And they'll be able to enjoy it straight from there without compromising their safety in any way, shape, or form.
Oh, that is simply wonderful. That is just terrific. Now, I know that it's a really hard time for people to be in the arts right now, especially musicians. Can you just briefly talk about how this has affected them, how this pandemic has affected especially your musicians at the Phil?
Well, of course, our musicians are affected more than anybody in our organization because they are paid when they do concerts. And right now we're unable to do any concerts. So, although the musicians that are doing this program will get paid, for the program, the benefit to doing something like this, not only because they get to perform and they get to present this program to the seniors, is that we get to stay in front of our public and let them know that we're still around. It's interesting, we did a Zoom call with all of our musicians, and Stephen Karadianis, our conductor, went around the Zoom and asked all the musicians how they felt about this and how it's affecting them. And, we expected everyone to talk about how it's affecting them financially, because we know that's happening. Because not only are our performances canceled, but any of them that they do, because they typically perform with more than one group. But no, that's not what they talked about. What they talked about is how they miss performing with each other and for the public. That was just so heartwarming to hear that.
And it's so obvious when you see them perform together. They're more than a team. They're more than an orchestra. They are a life force that works together and affects the audience as much as they affect each other. So that's wonderful. I'm so glad that they're going to be able to do this. Now, Deb from BID, how was BID get involved with this? Michelle said that you reached out to her initially about senior isolation. Can you talk about what motivated you?
Sure. Part of my role is to ensure that the hospital meets the unmet health needs of the communities that we serve. And Plymouth, obviously, being one of the largest, and seniors are going through a very difficult time and are being affected by, mental health and physical health. And so I was thinking, who best to reach out to than Michelle at the Plymouth Center for Active Living. And I gave her a call and we started to brainstorm about ideas on how we could bring joy to the seniors and make them feel like we care about them and that we appreciate them. And I brought up music and how I know music has played a role in my life. And I thought, what a great way, how can we bring music to them? And then Michelle came up with the great idea of bringing music to the senior complexes. And then she called Kim at the Phil to see how, if Kim would be interested in having her players play for the seniors, hence the Senior Serenade. So we're extremely excited about it. And my role has been really handling the marketing, which is contacting the media and putting together some promotional information for the residents of the senior complex.
Right. Let everybody know this is happening. Yeah, so important that everybody knows about it. That's wonderful. And Amy, the Chamber, which always has its hands in almost everything to do with Plymouth or anything that goes on, how is the Chamber and local businesses going to support this?
Yes, once we heard about Senior Appreciation Day, we couldn't help but get involved. Our business community is well aware of how important the seniors are in our community and how they impact our local economy. So they also want to support and say thank you and let them know how appreciated they are. And they're going to be offering special discounts to seniors, special promotions. They're going to be donating some amazing raffles from our local businesses to the seniors to kind of give them a little bit of joy and excitement and be able to patronize their business.
That's wonderful. So everyone's involved in this. Soup to nuts, there's a lot of people involved in the Senior Appreciation Day. And Amy, just before we leave you, can you talk a little bit about your Waterfront Festival pop-up event? Because that's going to be happening shortly after this.
Yes, we have a waterfront pop-up, which we are very excited about. It is an artisan marketplace. So it is a small, very similar to a farmer's market. However, for local artisans, we know that that industry has certainly been impacted severely during this time. So we have some activities and events happening. We're going to have a cruise night on September 17th. From 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. On the waterfront. And then our pop-up, which will be the Artisan Marketplace, will take place on Friday from 3 to 7 p.m. and on Saturday from 9 to 2 p.m.
Wonderful. Just another thing that we can look forward to. Okay, that's great. So the Senior Appreciation Day will be September 15th. I hate to ask this, but rain date, weather date, anything? Or are we just going to say, nope, it's going to be a beautiful day? Michelle?
We absolutely have a rain date. The Serenade part of the event will be actually on the 15th and the 17th. Okay. It will take place over 2 days. So the rain date for that is September 29th and October 1st.
Okay, great. So just in case, because we don't want anybody to miss this. This sounds like a wonderful event. And more information can be found where? What's the best place for people to go?
Well, people can go to the town website, www.plymouth-ma.gov. They can go to, it will be in our newsletter, it will be in our constant contact, it will be in the Old Colony, it will be put everywhere this week, as well as through our partners will also be marketing this.
Clearly, and each of you will market to your own groups and organizations and memberships, which is wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much. What a great idea. What a wonderful initiative. And you're right, the seniors deserve this. They're the ones that we really, really need to think about all of the time during this pandemic. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Back to you, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Julie. Michelle, Deb, Kim, and Amy, you are all wonderful examples of people working to make life in our community better for all of us. And to learn more about the Waterfront Pop-Up, an artisan marketplace happening on September 18th and 19th, visit the Plymouth Chamber website.